Mr. Romney, the Kennedys are not in public service to make money. We have paid too high a price in our commitment to the public service of the
Michael Dukakis created jobs 3 times faster than you did, Mitt.
Well, as a matter of fact, George Bush and his predecessor created jobs at a faster rate than you did, Governor.
That's not correct.
Yeah, it is correct.
And I can tell you, I do not take the position of a pro-life candidate. I'm in favor of preserving and protecting a woman's right to choose. And your effort to continue to try and create fear and deception here is unbecoming.
But while I was fighting to save the Olympics, you were fighting to save the bridge to nowhere.
Quickly.
You can spend your whole fortune on these attack ads, but it still won't be true.
I believe in the Bible.
Does that mean you believe every word?
Yeah, I believe it's the Word of God. The Bible is the Word of God. I mean, I might interpret the word differently than you interpret the word, but I read the Bible, and I believe the Bible is the Word of God. I don't disagree with the Bible. I try and live by it. But have you checked your own investments? You also have investments through mutual funds that also invest in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Right.
Some people have said we had to close Guantanamo. My view is we had to double Guantanamo.
On the floor of the Senate.
Congressman Paul, attached to a bill?
As part of the bill. As part of the bill.
And the president can't veto it.
He can veto the bill.
The whole bill, but he can't veto the earmark.
Well, we tried to do that, by the way. I supported the line item veto.
That's what I support.
Hold on.
10,000 bucks? $10,000 bet?
I'm not in the betting business, but
okay. You have a problem with allowing someone to finish speaking, and I suggest that if you want to become president of the United States, you got to let both people speak. So first, let me speak. So we went to the company and we said, look, you can't have any illegals working on our property. I'm running for office, for Pete's sake. I can't have illegals. It turns out...
I just want to say to Governor Romney, we disagree on a lot of issues, but I agree you are the candidate of change.
Governor Romney, that raises the question, if you were President of the United States, would you need to go to Congress to get authorization to take military action against Iran's nuclear facilities?
You sit down with your attorneys and tell you what you have to do, but obviously the President of the United States has to do what's in the best interest of the United States to protect us against a potential threat. Said you were paid $300,000 by Freddie Mac as an historian. They don't pay people $25,000 a month for 6 years as historians. That adds up to about $1.6 million. They weren't hiring you as an historian.
If for some reason Vice President Dick Cheney could not run again with President Bush in 2004, and the president personally called you and said, Mitt, I need you, our party needs you to run with me as my vice president, what would you tell the president?
Hello, President Bush. It's an honor to receive your call. No, you must have a wrong number.
If you don't deport them, how do you send them home?
Well, the answer is self-deportation, which is people decide that they can do better by going home because they can't find work here because they don't have legal documentation to allow them to work here. That's simply inexcusable. That's inexcusable. And actually, Senator Marco Rubio came to my defense and said that ad was inexcusable and inflammatory and inappropriate. Mr. Speaker, I'm not anti-immigrant. My father was born in Mexico. My wife's father was born in Wales. They came to this country. The idea that I'm anti-immigrant is repulsive. Don't use a term like that. You can say we disagree on certain policies, but to say that enforcing the U.S. law to protect our borders, to welcome people here legally, to expand legal immigration, as I approve, that's somehow anti-immigrant is simply the kind of over-the-top rhetoric that has characterized American politics too long. And I'm glad that Marco Rubio called you out on it. I'm glad you withdrew it. I think you should apologize for it. And I think you should recognize that having differences of opinions on issues does not justify labeling people with highly charged epithets.
I'll tell you what.